Testing. Okay. There. I had my computer shut down. I'm behind. I'm a little off. I don't know what happened. It just decided not to work. It just said, "Hey, I don't know if it was my power. I don't know what that was about. It was just weird." Anyways, hi, Matthew Bob here. It is Sunday. It's a little afternoon now, or if you did not change your clocks, it's a little after 11. Um, I changed my clocks, but then it takes a while for your brain to fit into the fact that, oh, all of a sudden now you have a different time, and so I am a little bit behind, and well, that's okay. I'm just here in my studio. Uh, had a nice evening last night, so we were out late. So who knows? So I'm gonna. Oh, well, I even lost my video that I was gonna play. My God, what the heck is going on with all this jive? Let's see if I can find it again. All righty. Take that. We'll go to. How about this? Was it in here? Let's see. No. Where was it? What? Let's see. How about that? There we go. Use that one. All right. Now we're finally getting going. Slowly but surely. Here on Time Change Sunday, which I find very strange. And I imagine you guys find it just as strange as I do. I could have sworn that our Congress had decided to get rid of this, but I guess they can't decide on which side they wish to fall. Oh my God. Just pick one would be my suggestion. Just freaking pick one. How is it going to make any difference? Anyways, I read yesterday that this whole thing started with Benjamin Franklin, possibly, historically speaking. I don't know. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I do know that if you think it was the problem of the farmers, you're absolutely wrong. They really did not want this and still do not want this. This is not good for them, and they don't care for it. And I think that's kind of funny that we always blame the farmer. Oh, the farmers needed more light. No, they didn't. They get up in the dark, folks. Hello. So, anyways, there we go. I didn't tell anybody about this. I didn't put anything out about the fact that I was here again this Sunday. I only missed one Sunday because I was doing another gig and I didn't get back in time. But normally, here I am on a Sunday in my studio practicing and just singing, just keeping my voice in shape. I recently saw a performer who pretty famous. I'm going to not mention his name because I don't really want to get him in trouble. But I was actually kind of surprised. I could tell, as a singer, I could tell quite easily that he was not prepared to be on stage. I thought that was quite interesting that he was out doing shows, and yet he just was not prepared to do that. I know he has a better voice, but you could tell that he was not warmed up. He had not really been practicing singing, which was quite interesting to me. So I can't personally imagine that. I would think, well, I sing pretty much every single day. I might miss 1 day in a week if I'm really busy, but not likely. So, because I sing in my car if I have to go somewhere. And of course, I'm coming out to my studio daily to work on stuff. So, I guess I was surprised that he had chosen to perform in front of an audience when he really wasn't prepared for it. I mean, his stories are great because he's been around a long time. And, he's a very famous songwriter and written some really famous songs. But you could just tell he was not prepped. And he's better than that, which was weird. His stories were great, but his singing was not so good. Nor was his playing, for that matter. I mean, he was screwing up, and then and I do that, but I'd never played anything before. I've just been a singer my whole life, so I could tell that he wasn't vocally ready. And I know enough about listening to someone play to know that, when you're screwing up the chords, you haven't really been practicing. And it was funny because he talked about how he was spending his days while here in Seattle and doing a lot of walking. And I'm thinking, well, you should have spent at least a couple of those hours warming up your voice and getting it ready to sing. So, anyways, this is anyways, here we go. Here's a tune that I've been working on for a while. And it's kind of Chet Baker inspired, but it is by Rodgers and Hart. And she dances overhead on the ceiling near my bed, in my sight through the night. And I tried to hide in vain underneath my counterpane. There's my love up above, but I whisper, go away, my lover, it's not fair. But I'm so grateful to discover she's still there. But I love my ceiling more, since it is a dancing floor just for my love. But I whisper, go away, my lover, it's not fair. But I'm so grateful to discover that she's still there. But I love my ceiling more, since it is a dancing floor just for my love. There you go. Got through it at least. It's getting there. It's not exactly what I'm playing a lot of, but I love that song. I don't know why I love that song so much. It's very, very visual for me. So let me play a Bob's video here. This one is featuring myself and Amy Engelhart. And and this is originally the original singer on this was Janie Bob Scott. And I have a video of that one as well. But I thought I'd pick this one up because it shows a bit of a progression of how the song went along. This song is called I'll just play it for you. How about that? Because I think that's actually going to be better. Here you go.
You probably noticed that we have a new Lady Bob with us tonight. This would be Amy Bob Engelhart. Please meet her. We're going to feature her on this next song, and this next song is like most of the rest of the Bob songs. You probably already know this. It's a love song. Like that last one. The avocado of funk.
The avocado,
yes, the avocado is the funkiest
vegetable fruit.
Fruit. I meant to say that.
So is this like a PBS?
Did you believe that before you got into the Bobs?
I believed a lot of things before I got into the Bobs.
Yeah, well.
Those illusions have been shattered! And replaced with completely new illusions, I guess. This happened in a dream I once had.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Alexander and the Bobs present the second annual Emmy Salute to TV Thieves.
You're in doubt about angels being real. I can arrange to change any doubts you feel. The way you see my gadget, you want it for your Valentine. You're trapped in a medley. Moving, 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 though they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving right. Rain, wind, and weather, hell bent for leather. Wish my loving gal was branded. Scorn to the one who ran. What can you do when you're branded and you know you're a man? Oh, Daniel Boone was a man. Yes, a big man. With an eye like an eagle as strong as a mountain. It's like you're always stuck in your feet, your butt, or even your head. I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before, I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me. The Bobs, ladies and gentlemen.
We never met face to face, but I feel like I know you well. You have a place next to my place. I could see you by ringing the bell, but I hear you I hear you in the morning shower. How can you sing that song at that hour? Press my ear to the wall to hear coffee perk and watch from the window when you leave for work. And I hide behind the wall. Your boyfriend is really a jerk. Will he ever learn to play the saxophone? He plays that same song over and over. Your boyfriend is really a jerk.
Watch his daytime shows.
The sound is loud.
Watch his daytime shows. Watch his daytime shows.
I can't wait till you're home from work. I like Saturdays best of all, when your exercise records play. The pictures shake on my wall. Send a dozen leglets my way. 'Cause I feel you. I heard how you barked when they raised the rent. It was the closest I've come to losing you. $50 a month and it's money well spent. To keep you beside me, it's the least I could do. 'Cause I need you to. Your boyfriend is really a jerk. Will he ever learn to play the saxophone? He plays that same song over and over. Your boyfriend is really a jerk.
Watch his daytime shows.
The sound is loud.
Watch his daytime shows. Watch his daytime shows.
I can't wait till you're home from work. Yeah, and I feel you yeah, I need you
You I was alone. I should have known you were temptation. You smile, luring me on. My heart was gone. You were temptation. It would be thrilling if you were willing. If it can never be, pity me for you. Born to be king. I can't resist you. You are temptation, and take it and say we'll never part. I'm just a slave, only a slave to you. Temptation.
When we first started, the three of us didn't know each other, Gunnar, Matthew, and I. I was singing jingles at the time, things like Fall Into the Gap. And they were working for the soon-to-become defunct Western Onion Telegram Company.
Singing telegrams. This is where it all started. This is where Gunnar and I met. Right here, 101 Townsend.
In that crappy little office on the third floor.
Yeah, a crappy little office on the third floor.
So please welcome Matthew Bob and Gunnar Bob.
Thank you.
Yes, I was his supervisor. I suppose I should start. Hip hip hooray! It's your birthday. This singing message was composed to wish you well. You're growing older every day, but what the hell? You got a lot of life to live from here. It's all superlative. Hooray, it's your birthday. Isn't it fun to be grown up and pay your taxes every year? And find in spite of all confusion, you will somehow persevere. You've got the knack for bouncing back. You are a real survivor.
Architects, style and entertaining architecture. So it's
No singing telegrams?
no singing telegrams here anymore.
And here was the official songbook. Okay?
This guy's attic is amazing.
I've called on this occasion with a little message from a friend who says to tell you happy birthday. So, in case that message went by quickly and you want to hear it once again, well, here we go. Happy birthday, how's your life been treating you? Happy birthday, glad you made it through. One more time, I'll sing it so you won't forget. Happy birthday, this is just for you. It's not for him, it's not for her, it's not for them, it's not for me, it's just for you. For you!
But that wasn't enough to build a 25-year career on.
Oh, no.
No.
Cuban restaurants had to be.
So we had to go out and work the open mic at Cuban restaurants. Where we were, by the way, a smash hit.
Where's the Cuban restaurant? Come on, where is the Cuban?
Well, we can just pick one.
I think that is.
That looks very Cuban.
I think it was in the. I definitely think it was in this.
I'll accept that as being valid.
Okay. Somewhere right here, you know. I think
History was made somewhere on this block.
Yes.
Yeah. History was, and I think it's in where all these new places are.
some history was made.
I don't like you, but I love you. It seems that I'm always thinking of you. Oh, you do me wrong now, but my love is strong now. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me. You really got a hold.
Baby,
I don't want you, but I need you. I don't want to kiss you, but I need to.
I'd seen an a cappella group, and I just thought, God, wouldn't that be fun to do?
I was working as a studio musician and a recording engineer and a jingle singer, and I went to see a show in San Francisco with David Lindley, I think, and the opening act was this other a cappella group called the Baltimores. And I thought, that's cool, that'd be fun to do. And at the time, I was also auditioning for every band that sort of put out a call for keyboard players or bass players or what have you. Not because I really wanted to join a band, I just wanted to audition for, everybody. I actually played with some of the people, but I would go on any audition that sounded interesting just to see what was going on.
A free paper, you could do free classifieds, which back in 1981 was a big deal. You didn't want to pay money for a classified ad.
A week later in the East Bay Express, a local free paper, I saw an ad that said, wanted bass singer for New Wave a cappella group.
Bass singer wanted for New Wave a cappella group. Bass singer for New Wave a cappella group.
And I went, I have no idea what a New Wave a cappella group is, but I can sing bass, and this sounds like it would be a fun thing to do.
Gave up my home number in Berkeley, and we waited for the dozens of bass singers in the Bay Area to call, and finally one did.
And after having seen this other a cappella group, I went, how hard could it be? I mean, what do you got to do? All you got to do is get up there and sing the roots.
And it was Rich, and he got on the phone and said, hello, and I said, oh, it's a bass singer.
I went over to Gunner's house for the audition, and we sang a bunch of stuff together. We sang like Down by the Old Mill Stream,
a doo-wop version of Proud Mary.
And I'm going like, hey, look at the time. This is, got anything else? Got anything else you want to do? And Gunner said, yeah, well, I have this, I've started on an arrangement of Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads. And I went, that sounds interesting. So we sang through that, and we went, this could actually work.
And we said, thank you very much for your audition. We'll be getting back to you. Thank you very much for coming. And he left. And of course, Gunner and I looked at him. Oh, wow, he's really good. Wow, and he was a recording engineer, and he was a record producer, and and a musician, and all that kind of stuff. And we thought, wow, that's great. But let's not pick yet, because we're going to get other bass singers are going to be calling. And so the days went by. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. No one ever called. In fact, no one ever called again. And I had to call Richard back. And I had to say to him in the straight, luckily it was on the phone, and I didn't have to look at him when I did this, because I had to say, oh, you won the audition. We've decided that you should, we would like you to come and sing in this group with us.
Gunner had studied composition, and I'd been arranging for a bunch of jazz groups and stuff, and so we just sort of, said, well, we'll just sing the instrumental parts. And we kind of, not knowing any better, we made up the rules.
Finally, we did an open mic and started really taking it seriously. Hell, more seriously.
I called up a bunch of the people that I had been playing bass with, and I said, I got this a cappella group. Can we come, do some stuff in between your sets? And, it got a good enough response that it was interesting. It was, we wanted to keep doing it.
I think it was a year or two later in which we were doing an interview on some radio, and I started telling the story, and I said, and Richard was the only one who called, and there was a silence. And he looked at me and like, are you kidding me?
Hold me, hold me. You really gotta
Well, you know, I can remember going into the place, and I can remember singing, but I can't remember leaving because I think we had too much fun after we won the contest.
Yes. After we won the contest, we had we had a lot of fun.
Three voices, kind of tough. We were all singing at all the same time. No place to breathe. Plus, no one knew where to look. Three guys on stage. Who do you look at? That guy, that guy, or that guy? So we decided we needed a girl, because then you know where to look.
And I had never really auditioned for anyone, but I always wanted to be a singer. And there was an ad that said low-voiced female wanted for new wave a cappella group. And I said, what the hell is a new wave a cappella group? I don't know. Yeah. And so I went and auditioned, and whereas Richard was the only bass singer who answered their ad, there were around maybe 8 women.
By then, we had a little bit of notoriety, not much, but enough, to where a lot of women came through, and then when we found Janie, it was just the match. The blend was like, that's right. It was easy.
Everybody's so different. Janie had her own thing, her own world.
Meanwhile, at the Gotham City National Bank, Janie Bob, arch criminal of the Batman, is in her hideout. Yikes!
Trying to do our best. I got a funky rhythm in my soul. I'm much too happy for rock and roll. I don't like funk. I can't stand punk. My toes go limp with all that trendy junk. I got a funky rhythm in my soul.
They just called me and said they wanted me. We got along well. I think it was really kind of a personal thing that we just felt like we could work together.
And there you go. A little history of the Bobs for you today. And that's all really true. And that's what's so funny about that. As the years went by, we would make up other stories, and then we got lost about who was who and what said what and when what happened and all that kind of stuff. But in that video, you see the actual truth, and really that's how it came about. So anyways, thank you very much for tuning in on an odd Sunday for me. I just couldn't quite get it together today. I think I didn't quite get the time change, and it kind of threw me off. But anyways, I think that I don't know if I played that the history of the Bobs before, and I think that's kind of interesting as we go. So until next Sunday, where I will be on time and will be ready to actually give you a good show. All right. Till then, folks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you. We are still adjusting. Yes. So till next time. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in. I think you're the only one. People will watch this later on YouTube. YouTube channel is, of course, Matthew Stahl. You can also see all these old ones on there too. So until